When I'm coaching my real estate clients, there's one thing that typically sticks out within the first 5 minutes of the conversation to let me know if this person is really going to receive the information for coaching and apply it. It's not their knowledge, it's not their charisma, it's not their willingness to listen, or their energy when it comes to listening. What it is their latency. This may be something that you haven't heard before. The latency, how fast you act when you get a good idea or hear good advice. In my years of coaching, I've seen it time and time again. Unfortunately, the story is typically always the same. Oh my gosh, I really just need a change in my life. I'm willing to do anything and everything it takes to get over there. And I want to be better for my family, for myself. I want to increase my money. I want to be a pillar in the community, whatever the statement is. And then they hesitate. I would say as much as 99% of people, 99 people out of 100, hesitate. Means that once they're in front of the coach, they're taking notes, they seem to be absorbing, but when it's time for homework, when it's time to apply, they hesitate, and that hesitation turns into just straight not doing anything at all. There are a few, I would say maybe 3 to 5% actually get up and do like one thing and then never the other tasks, but the majority don't do anything. And I've kind of boiled it down. I've studied it, and I think there's a science to it. Let's talk about it.
Marathon, yeah, say that to me, yeah, say that to me, oh, marathon, you can say that to me, yeah, say that, you can say that to me, marathon.
Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, this show is brought to you by Nutrishop Parker, your one-stop shop for high-quality supplements, protein powders, and wellness products that actually deliver. Whether you're building muscle, burning fat, or just trying to feel better every day, Nutrishop's expert team can help you find what works best for you. If you're local to Colorado, stop by their Parker location for a personalized experience. If you're tuning in from anywhere in the USA, use code Brandon at checkout for free shipping on your order. Fuel your goals the smart way. That is the Nutrishop way. And I really love how this company is sponsoring my podcast, because it really is health is wealth. The more you take care of your body, the sharper your mind is. There's a real correlation between success in taking care of your body. And I'm sure you're like, well, there's people who are not necessarily healthy who are doing great in business. But think about it this way. If a door is squeaky on the handles and making loud noises when you're opening and closing it, does the door not work? Is the door better if you put some WD-40 in there and now it's a smooth open? That's basically how I view fitness when it comes to your mind. It's smoother, it's faster, it's more precise, it's just better. Your life will change positively if you start taking care of your health in the same way that you're after your money and after everything else in life. But let's get into it. So why is latency something we should be talking about? It's because this is not just for real estate agents. It's for everything you want to do in your life, including having a strong family, leading your family, making money, of course, taking care of your body. Latency is the number one word for all of that. There's a window between hearing an idea and executing the idea. And the longer you wait, it's like a muscle. The longer you wait to execute, the longer it takes for you to execute. You almost have to train your latency muscle. The period between an idea and latency, momentum, confidence, potential is all in the center of that. And the longer that you wait, these don't get bigger, they shrink. They get stretched thin. It's not like a rubber band where you're like, okay, I'm going to take some time, I'm going to wait, and then one day I'm going to get after it and everything's going to be great. It's a complete opposite. It's like you're pulling it. Think about it like it's not a rubber band between the idea and the latency. It's more like string cheese or like pulled cheese. Yeah, you're pulling cheese, but cheese doesn't snap back. It just kind of falls flat. That's maybe not a good visual for it, but it's a great visual in terms of what it really means when you wait before doing an idea. Your momentum, your excitement, the potential, the energy dies the longer you wait. So if you hear someone say, for example, door knocking in your area is going crazy. Every single person's opening up their door. Everybody wants to sell their house in your neighborhood. And then you're like, okay, well, yeah, I could see myself door knocking and I'm going to get after it. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And then you wait a week and then you're like, well, your brain starts to kick in. Like, well, maybe I probably shouldn't do that because there's been instances of people being in dangerous situations with door knocking. I'd probably be one of those. My feet were kind of hurting the other day, so I probably should take a rest. My knees aren't what they used to be. Like, any excuse starts to come in the longer you wait. And everyone knows this. I'm sure you've hit the snooze button once or twice. But the real key to getting up on time regularly and consistently is to just count to 3, get up. No longer than 3 seconds. You have to get after it, otherwise you most likely won't. I've legitimately coached people with $1 million potential. And I don't throw around words like that, like genuine $1 million potential. I coached one person, coached another person. This person actually went after it and did it. The 1%. And is making a crazy amount of money in his first year of real estate. This person has not even texted me back. They haven't posted. They haven't taken any classes. They haven't even finished their real estate license yet. But they were the most excited. It was about them and their family. It was about they want to get out of the 1-bedroom studio apartment. It was about they have a baby on the way. It was about it's now or never. It's do or die. Like, this is the conversation that I had with this person and did nothing. Yet they're online talking about how they wish their life was different. Always talking online, talking about how they wish they could overcome the obstacles, how they wish they could take their life into their own hands, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, we sat together for 4 hours. I gave you the keys for it. You have multiple coaches who I was putting you in touch with. I even had a deal for him the moment he passed his real estate class, which means that he would have been amongst the 4%. So statistics for you guys don't know, 96% of agents in 2024 closed no deals, which means if I had given him one deal last year when he was working on this, he would have been in the top 4% of all agents the moment he got his license. Yet that wasn't motivating for him. That wasn't a motivating factor. Self-defeating principles, his latency. I don't know what else to say. I'll put it this way. Everybody that I've coached who has implemented what I've told them to implement has made 6 figures or more. Period, point blank. The rest of the people who I've coached have made no money. But they leave breadcrumbs. There's a method to their madness. They think their life is in shambles. They think their life cannot be fixed. What they don't understand is that they're the same as the last 100 people that I was coaching. They all have the same exact life, the same exact situation, which means that if they had just taken a step back and not become a victim of their circumstance, if they understood that their future is genuinely in their own hands, if they understood that their survival rate of bad things is 100% because they're still alive, maybe they would have made a different decision. So the takeaway is that it's not about the action itself. I really want you to hear this. It's about the speed. You don't even have to do it well. Hear me out on this one. Another decision fatigue, another latency tool that people use when they really don't want to do something is they start to look at the huge picture. They look at the entire house, in the words of Will Smith, right? They'll look at the entire house and say, oh my gosh, I don't know how to build a house. I'm just going to not do it. Instead of understanding that each house is built brick by brick. So just go find a brick, pick it up, and place it. Even if it's placed incorrectly. Because as you are building your house, you're going to start to learn things. You're going to know things and learn things that you did not know before. Maybe you're like, oh, this was 45 degrees off. Let's spin it around. Now the brick that I placed 3 weeks ago is placed correctly. And what do we know about social media? No one cares. No one cares about you on social media. Even if they're talking shit in your DMs and talking shit on your comments and saying you're a horrible agent or you're not going to be successful or you're doomed or whatever they could be saying in the comments, they really don't care. It's a pastime. They may not even remember your name. They may just pass by, say, oh, you're stupid, and then leave. Don't even know who you are. I'm not discounting how that can take a mental toll on you. I'm not discounting that. But at the end of the day, we have to be real. Is what they think of us more important than how we live? More important than what we do in our own life? More important than who we want to be and who we want to take care of in this life? We really have to write this down and get serious about it. It doesn't matter and they don't care. Other real world examples of the benefits of latency: tech startup companies. Did you know that the Slack software, the work chat software, was not the first software that was created and was implemented? They were just the fastest to really get it into production, get it distributed, get it marketed. Let's go back to fitness. That's the number one example, in my opinion, where you can really see real world concepts in real time. Do you know anybody who said, I'm going to get on my fitness journey and I'm going to lose weight, and then a month later they drop 30 pounds, 60 pounds? Have you seen somebody else say, I'm going to get on my fitness journey, and 3 years later they look the same, maybe even worse? Of course, we have all these fluff terms. Oh, I'm big boned, my metabolism, my body chemistry, my structure. It's all cap. This is a quote. When it comes to just specifically fitness, I love this quote. When everyone's starving, no one's overweight. It's the easiest quote ever. Look at pictures of third world countries where people are starving. No one is overweight. No one's big boned. There's no such thing as a lot of these comments. So I think a lot of the coaching situation happens when you internalize things that are not true. Lies are the opposition of success. And latency is basically you lying to yourself. Every time you say no to yourself, you strengthen your no muscle towards yourself. Every time you delay action that can positively change your life, the more friction you are causing between yourself and your mind. I don't want to get people off with this concept, but I know some people have an inner dialogue and some people don't have an inner dialogue, which is crazy to me. But the people who do have an inner dialogue, you know that you have to fight against this dialogue sometimes. Sometimes your mind wants to do things that your body doesn't want to do. Sometimes your body wants to do things that your mind doesn't want to do. Sometimes you and your mind want to do different things. For the people who understand, I know you get it. The more you listen to the red flags in your mind, the more you strengthen your mind's control over your willpower, right? Another great example, when I started bodybuilding, I thought benching with a 45 on each side was going to break my arms. I was skinny, boy. So my coach was like, hey, you have to understand that your mind has like 3 to 5 red flag stoppers. And some of them are to genuinely keep you safe. And the others are just to scare you. Your job in bodybuilding, this is what he said to me. Your job in bodybuilding is to figure out what the difference is. Figure out what really red flag is going to hurt you, and the ones are here to limit you. I might even put up pictures. I don't think I have time. But I'll show you the day I started bodybuilding. By the end of the day, my whole body grew 2 inches. No cap. I had twig legs. They were this much bigger, and it wasn't just a pump, like muscle striations, like because I really internalized what he said. I don't want you guys to think I'm capping. I might put the pictures up if I have time. I'll show you the difference. I really internalized what he was saying. I really internalized like, oh, sometimes your brain is not your best friend. Sometimes your mind wants to hold you back. Sometimes your body wants to hold you back. Sometimes they work together to hold you back. It's about overcoming. It's not always external. It actually might be more internal 99% of the time than it is external. Because if you really think about it, look around. No one cares. That means if no one around you really cares, they're not really out to get you. That means the lies that you step foot out in the world and the whole world's against you and they're not going to hire you because you're black and because of this, and they don't want to use you as a... That might just be up in here. That might be just in your mind. Everyone's dealing with their own things. Everyone has the crosses that they're bearing. Everyone has obstacles. No one's life is perfect. I don't care if you have $100 million. Do not think that their life is perfect. Do not fall into the trap of thinking money fixes things. This, and this, if you believe in it, fixes it. Even if you don't believe in it, try it. It fixes things. There are poor people who are happy, and there are rich people who are happy, but their money situation is not the reason why. So let's get practical. How do you actually fix your latency instead of just having me yelling at you about it, right? Step 1, pick the smallest task ever. ever, 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 even smaller than you believe. Like, let's say you're like, okay, let's apply this not even just to something great. Man, I really want to be able to get up and wash my dishes right when they need to be washed. But I find myself waiting days between washing my dishes. What do I do? Great question. What you do is you sit on the couch and you practice. You say, okay, I'm going to count to 3 and I'm going to stand up and then I'm going to sit back down. And that's all you have to do for the whole first day. Just say 1, 2, 3, stand up, sit back down. Day 2, stand up, take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Stand up, take 3 steps, sit back down. That is literally you working your way into have a strong latency muscle. Think about it. Think about the gym. Think about working out. It all correlates. You're not going to just for your first gym session put 3 plates on and bench 315. What are you going to do? You're going to bench the bar, or you're going to do push-ups first. You're going to do 5 push-ups. You're like, oh, I'm tired. Next day, you do 6 push-ups, 7 push-ups, 8 push-ups. You're like, okay, it's a little easier, and you build your way up. And that's kind of how I'm painting the picture for latency. And then maybe a week later, you walk over to, you count to 3, say like, you look at it. As soon as you notice it, 1, 2, 3. You stand up real quick, walk over, grab a dish, put it back down, then you sit back down. Eventually, you're going to notice that the latency between the idea of doing a task and actually doing it starts to shrink. It starts to shrink. And now you'll be able to do way more tasks faster. And you genuinely can apply this to business. If you're in a business like real estate where you have to make some types of calls, warm calls or cold calls, it's the same thing. Man, I really don't want to make any cold calls today, but I know I have to. Okay, day 1, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, I have the idea of making a call. 1, 2, 3. Grab my phone, look at it, put it back down. Day 2, thinking about calls, you're like, okay, 1. And then you take your phone, unlock it, and then just scroll to your contacts and be like, okay. Then maybe the 3rd day, you grab your phone, scroll to contacts, call your friend, call a family member, just say, hey, I'm practicing making cold calls, blah, 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 blah. Or just checking in, tell them what the woo stuff we're doing. And then be like, oh, checking in with you, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Go down. The next day, you call up another friend and then immediately call somebody new. You're already in the routine of dialing and talking on the phone. You don't want to make your first call that you're scared to make, cold calling, directly to someone new because they might say, go fuck yourself or something crazy. And you don't want that to ruin your experience because you may not want to do it the next day. So call somebody who likes you and you like, have a brief conversation, hang up, then immediately call somebody new. And maybe that's how you start off your call situation. There's so many different techniques. You just have to get up and do it, but you have to figure out a way to make yourself get up and do it. So if you've gotten anything from this video, latency is your worst enemy. It is killing your motivation, your energy, and your life to certain degrees. Your life will not be what you want it to be if you fall victim to latency. Think about it like the gym. The gym is small, incremental actions that turn into a big goal, right? You know what I'm saying? Right, turn into a big goal. Start practicing, and I'll see you on the other side. Until next time.
Marathon, yeah, say that to me, yeah, say that. Yeah, say that to me, oh, marathon. You can say that to me, yeah, say that. You can say that to me.